Okay, so I'm parked somewhere I really shouldn't be parked, so we'll see how that goes. And it's just started raining, so good start to the video, but let's get into it. So what I did the other day was I wrote a letter to myself when I just started recovery, so that's about 2 years ago. And I wrote a letter to myself, and well, mainly for the reason that it's what I would have liked to hear when I was at that stage. So maybe if any of you are at that stage quite early in recovery, it would be what I wanted to hear. So it might be what you want to hear, or what you need to hear, more like, not what you want to hear at all, but what you need to hear. So, and for the other reason, I thought it would be quite not sentimental, but kind of sentiment, as in like to see how far I've come and just sort of giving myself a bit more motivation. Because sometimes I still do struggle, and I do have little moments where I feel like I'm that 15-year-old girl, so sometimes it's just helpful to look at that, or it will be helpful to just look at that, and maybe it might give me a little push in the right direction hearing from my healthy self. So, ignore what's on the back of this, I'm pretty sure it's maths. Yep, nice. Really nice. Yep. No, I won't read you the math, so you can look at the math whilst I read it to you. Okay, so yeah, I have addressed it to myself, so it is quite personal, but maybe there might be a few nuggets of wisdom in there that you can take from it. Oh, it's so loud, the rain! Okay, Tia, I still remember that That's a good start, isn't it? Okay. Tia, I still remember the pain that you feel getting up each day and how trapped you feel in this constant cycle of tiredness and weakness. It doesn't have to be this way. Trust me when I say, whilst you are forcing yourself to do stupidly intense exercise and not letting yourself eat so many delicious meals, there is another life for you where you don't have to do this to yourself. You're barely surviving, never mind actually living. But it's not going to stay that way, I promise. I'm speaking to you 2 years onwards, and you are happy. For the first time in a long time, you're wanting to wake up in the morning. No, you are not waking up to go for a run or eat a really small breakfast. You are waking up looking forward to your big bowl of cereal and fruit juice, just like when you were younger. I know that you'll find it so hard to believe, but you have been searching in all the wrong places for happiness. It doesn't come in eating less or working out more. It comes in food and movement freedom. Right now, that feels impossible for you, I know. You are about to embark on one of the toughest journeys of your life called recovery. There will be countless days where you wish you never started recovery, and so many days where it just doesn't feel worth it. It is, I promise. 2 years may seem like a long time, and to be honest, you aren't yet fully recovered. You are so close. When you hit your lowest lows for recovery, think about yourself in the future. I promise you, recovery is possible for you, but only if you put in the work. As I said, it's not easy, but it'll be the best decision of your life. It's the only way to be truly happy. A couple years of work for a lifetime of happiness. These years are not easy, but you also have some happy memories throughout them as you become more recovered. The first part is the hardest, and it does get easier. You are so strong. You may not believe it now, but you will learn that in time. There are 2 quotes, yes, you still love a quote, I want to leave you with. When you're 80, you will not look back and be glad you weighed X amount or had skinny legs. You will look back at all the amazing experiences and adventures that will happen when you recover. The next is, recovery is hard. Living with an eating disorder is hard. Which do you want to choose? Now, go smash it. As the more invested you are in recovery, the quicker it will be over. I love you. Look after yourself. So it wasn't too long, but otherwise I'll just keep repeating myself, and quite honestly, it might just get a bit boring. But that's sort of the main things that I wanted to sum up, and what I would really found helpful to hear. I think it's hard to imagine yourself when you're sort of 2 years onwards. I never would have been able to. It really is, but trust me, it will happen, and your future self is going to thank you. I'm thanking 15-year-old Tia. Never, even though she had so many tantrums and was just so sad, I thank her for trying so hard. It was pretty tough at the start for me. It was really tough, but yes, I gave up a lot. Yes, I didn't want to do it a lot, and I needed a lot of push from my parents, but I didn't have to recover. That was my decision. That was my decision to work on my brain to recover. Like, physically, my parents kind of made me recover physically, but mentally that was completely my decision. So it was one of the best decisions. It was the best decision I've ever made. So I hope that you can sort of look at me as maybe if you're quite early in recovery, where you might be in a year, because I'm really happy to say that I am feeling the most happy that I've been in probably 3 years, and that's down to recovery and feeling a bit more freedom. It's pretty magical how much it can change your life. Another main note is that it doesn't have to be this way. The things you're putting yourself through, life doesn't have to be this way. There is a different life out there for you after recovery, and it's worth it, I promise. So I believe that was a reasonably short video, but look after yourself. Look after your recovery. Make sure you're absolutely smashing it, because, as I said in my letter, the harder you smash it, the quicker it will be over. So, thank you, and goodbye.